I'm speaking with Dr. John at the Josuma Coffee Company booth. Tell me about your espresso.
Well, this is one of the honest to goodness espresso that you can get in North America. As far as I can see, 90 to 95% of what is being made and sold as espresso in North America is not espresso at all. It is simply brewed coffee made with an espresso machine. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Brewed coffee is made by bringing hot water into physical contact with ground coffee. In that process, whether you throw ground coffee on top of boiling water or you pour water over coffee, all you're doing is bringing them physically together. And in the process, roughly 20% by weight of ground coffee simply dissolves in the water. Now, when you make espresso, you go through somewhat the same process, except that instead of using 5 ounces, you only use about an ounce. Now, if you stop there, all you've done is to produce strong coffee. Now, in order to make it an espresso, you've got to go one step further. You have to emulsify the oils that are in the ground coffee. So in addition to extracting the solubles, you've got to dry the oils out. Now, when you dry the oils out, they don't want to mix with water. So the oil will form tiny globules and swim in the coffee concentrate. Now, when they are tiny globules and they are floating around in the coffee concentrate, it is what we call an emulsion. Now, when you form an emulsion, all of the physical properties of that liquid are changed. Viscosity, surface tension, density, foam forming ability, wetting power, flow rate, they're all different from that of coffee. In fact, it's not coffee anymore. It is espresso. What is even more important is that all of the flavor properties of that liquid are also different from coffee. Now, there's an even more important issue. The whole purpose of drinking coffee is simply for the pleasure of it. And all that pleasure actually comes from the flavor of coffee. Now, flavor consists of the aroma, which is roughly 80% of the information, and taste, which is roughly 20% of the information. Now, when you make brewed coffee, the aroma simply escapes into the room.
Right.
There is no mechanism in brewed coffee to capture the aroma and keep it in the cup. Now, when you emulsify oil, as in the case of a true espresso, they form what is called crema. And crema is actually a collection of tiny bubbles with a layer of oil on the outside and the aroma of coffee captured inside. And this is the only mechanism by which you can capture the aroma of coffee and keep it in the cup. That's why the espresso is an intrinsically superior beverage.
So can you show us what the perfect espresso looks like?
That's what we're going to make right now.
Sounds good.
I'm going to bleed some water out so the spent coffee from the last shot is cleaned out. Now I'm going to lock the water filter. And then I'm going to turn the machine on. Put a little bit of water, that's called pre-infusion, then stopped and started again. And you can see now the coffee coming out looks like molten chocolate.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
And what you're seeing is the cup is full of crema, with now coffee concentrate beginning to separate from the bottom. That's what a true espresso should be. Now, why don't you taste this?
Now I will taste what a true espresso should taste like. Okay. Great, now my other is going to be ruined because now I have had the best and now I have to... Oh.
Enjoy it.
So if people want to find out more about Josuma, you guys have a website?
We have a website. It is www.josuma.com.